Most of the time, people are using the same strategies that they used on Facebook 3, 4, 5 years ago, where in reality, the platform has changed. And this is coming from the guy who absolutely hates when people try to sell new shiny things every single week. Like, oh, Facebook's doing this new crazy thing. And in reality, it's the exact same thing as before. But you would be doing yourself a disservice if you were using the same strategy that you used 4 or 5 years ago on the platform today, because it just quite frankly doesn't work. There's been enough changes and algorithm changes that have happened and feature updates that you'd really be doing yourself a disservice by using it previously. So you want to have some kind of ad scaling system, and that goes along with the ad testing framework. So what should an ad scaling system look like? Well, in my opinion, there really should be two main sections, right? The first section is going to be testing, and the second section is going to be scaling. Because if you think about it, that's the bottom line of ads. That's all you're doing is testing and scaling. That's if you're doing anything other than testing and scaling, you're wasting your time, okay? So you want some kind of system for testing new ad creatives, the ones that we talked about last week, the ones that you're creating, and you want some system for scaling ad creatives, the ones that once we tested them and they show that they're in KPI. So what does the testing system look like? Well, for us, it's very simple. We create individual campaigns, so I'm going to put campaign right here, that are attached to individual ad sets that have dynamic created ads inside of there. So every single campaign is a different angle from what we did before. So every single week we should be launching 3 different campaigns because we're launching 3 different angles, right? So they each have their own ad set, and then of course they each have their own ad. Now this is a dynamic ad, meaning that inside of that one ad, there could be 40 variations between headlines, primary text, videos, et cetera, et cetera. And so for each of these, I'm typically launching these at about $100 a day in what's known as ABO, or ad budget optimization. It gives me the most control, so that as soon as I scale this within 2 or 3 days, I can know this is a loser, and this is a winner. So let's turn these other 2 off and let's keep on spending money on the winner. All I do is literally use the same audience, the same targeting, everything, and I just duplicate it for the creatives. Because in ads, once you find a winning audience, the biggest thing that you need to do is simply test new ad creatives. Don't be trying to find hundreds of audiences. That's a big mistake, and a big rookie mistake in ads is trying to find audiences over and over again. I would say as far as order of importance is concerned, audiences is literally the lowest of importance, and that's proven by the majority of my clients' best audiences being broad, wide open targeting, including us. So you don't want to spend all your time and money testing audiences, you want to spend your time and money testing ad creatives. Now, once we find a winning creative, what I will then do is launch it inside of a scaling campaign. And this is very simple. I literally have one campaign, and then I have one ad set, and then I have dozens, if not eventually hundreds of ads that I am taking from my testing campaign and I'm putting inside of my scaling campaign. The main difference here is this is what's called CBO, or campaign budget optimization. And what happens here is I will start this at, let's say, $2,000 a day. And so the way that you can think about it is I'm using this little testing, let me kind of create a different color here. I'm using this little testing one to essentially identify with as low spend and thus as low risk as possible which ads are the winners, and then I'm sucking them into this campaign that's spending $2,000 a day, and on campaign budget optimization, it will on its own pretty much figure out, oh, this one's better than this one, so let's spend more money on here, and then eventually, once we turn these both off because they're underperforming, this one's better here. So I'm not just constantly trying to readjust budgets on the campaigns, which is a really great way to reset the learning phase on your Facebook ads and prevent you from actually scaling. So instead, I'm just using this like massive scaling budget, which we've had up to $10,000 a day, and literally just have it suck up the winning ad creatives from the testing ones and having the greatest chance of those ads actually being successful.
If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.